What's up, YouTube? This is Brian Pfeiffer, marketingmeathead.com. Today we're going to talk about optimizing a campaign from broad to narrow. All right, let's check in on the handy-dandy campaigns here. And we have the big one here is only about $2,500 today. Over the weekend we did about $8K. We're gearing up for the fall on this one. August is a tough month for affiliates. I felt it last week. Mark, my partner, felt it last week, and even Ross, my other partner, we all felt it last week. It's summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's not the best time of year to be marketing for affiliates. Our other campaign, similar deal. We're doing about $150, $300 a day in profit consistently. It's not crushing it by any means, but we are going to try to scale that up soon. Okay, we are doing a lot of work on the course that we're working on, so it's taking up a lot of our time. And then, of course, the campaign I'm running here, you can see today I spent about $19.20, brought in about $2,040, so about $120 green. But that does not make up for what I lost last week. I did lose a little bit last week, so it was a red week. I've only had 2 red weeks since basically the June, but about the last week of May or first week of June, I started getting that campaign profitable, and I've only had 2 red weeks, and last week was one of the red weeks. So, it is what it is. Today was green. Good sign. It looked like it was converting well. Maybe it was just a fluke. Who knows? We'll have to see how the month ends up. And again, it's one of the tougher months to run these affiliate campaigns. But we're going into the good season here for the next 6 months. September through March, even into April, are good months. Okay, so we're pretty excited about what we got going on. So let's talk about the training today. The broad conversion campaign. I've been running a number of campaigns abroad, targeting straight just off age, and either female or male or both, and super broad, okay, letting my pixel do the work. And what I'm going to try to do is find some pockets of traffic today and do a little optimization on an ad set and see if I can get another winning ad set out of a little optimization, okay? So basically I'm taking the broad, taking them to a landing page, I get the converters, and then I'm, narrowing it down, okay, based on some of the results I'm going to show you today. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like in an infographic. So here we go. Let's take a look here at this particular account. You can see this one here has got my lowest cost per purchase, so that's probably my best shot to find another winning ad set. So we're going to go into that. Let's click on that. Let's go into breakdown, and we're going to go by age first and just see if it is 65 plus. So that's more than likely going to be. So we can sort by results here, and that's going to be my best one, the female 65s. So we know that the age is all 65 plus, okay? So I can't really narrow down any different than that, so we're not going to mess with that. So let's go down the list here and see what else we can do. It's female, so I can't do by gender, but I can, and I'm doing all in the U.S., so that's out. But I can start looking at placement, and I can start looking at a platform here, okay? So let's take a look at, see if I got any nuggets of traffic here. Well, take a look at that audience network. I've got 31 purchases at $38. Okay, so the audience network is crushing the game for me. Instagram also doing really well, but only 8 purchases. That's not a lot of data, compared to 103. But that's a good sign. Okay, it looks like I got a nice potential pocket of traffic here with audience network, so that's good. Let's take a look Let's take a look at another one here. This is your data, guys. You paid for this data, so you might as well use it. Okay, let's take a look at placements and see what we got here. And we'll get rid of that. And let's see. So Facebook audience network. And let's take a look here. See what this says. It's mobile app. I'm looking at the cost per result here too. So that audience network looks good there. Instagram feed, interesting. Again, these are not a lot of purchases, so a lot of times when you only have 1 or 2 purchases, it's almost like a fluke. And even if it's got a low, like this is 694, if you tried to break this out and do in-stream video by itself, the chances of you getting 694 purchases is almost none. Okay, you probably won't get a single purchase. Most likely, this is probably a fluke. All right, but when you start getting into this 31, there's a pretty good chance this audience network might be an opportunity for us here. So that's one thing. Let's look at devices. Let's go down to delivery, and let's go to platform and device here. Okay, and let's see if we got anything that stands out. Okay, well, we got audience network, iPad. Okay, that looks like a big winner. Okay, that's my CPA on this offer is 60, so it's 26. We got iPhone on Audience Network. That looks like another good one. Okay, 39. That's not bad. All right, and Instagram, only 3 purchases, but that's there's a chance there's something here with 3 purchases and Android. Okay, so I'd say today if I'm going to do a breakout test just based on the data I'm looking at here, I'm going to do iPad, probably iPad and iPhone on Audience Network. Okay, so what we do, sometimes like if I'm doing multiple ad sets, I'll write notes in here and keep track of what the best cost per results were for me, and then I'll go ahead and do multiple ad sets. But I'm just going to do one for the video today, just so you guys can see how to do it. So let's go back to the campaign. I'm in the female 65 campaign here. Let's get out of here. You just got to click on breakdown, and you got to get out of here. Just put none. Okay, and then I'll get you back to the main screen here. All right, we're in this one. We're going to go to ad sets, and this was the female 65. Okay, this was the one we're looking at, the 103. So let's go ahead and we're going to duplicate this, and we're just going to go into original campaign. We're just going to make one copy here because we're just going to try one split testing variable here. Okay, all my ads are going to stay the same. We're going to leave those, and the only thing we're going to change here is we're going to go Audience Network. So this is going to be F65 copy, and we're going to go AU, let's go lowercase AUD. So I know that's Audience Network. Okay, that way if I start getting some conversions, I'll know. So everything else is going to be the same. Now I do have to let's change the start time here for this to midnight. Whenever I launch, midnight is when I launch typically. Sometimes like 4 in the morning, but I've been finding better with this crowd. It's an early morning crowd. You want to do it at midnight typically. We're excluding our purchases. And let's see, I'm running bid control, and we're going to change this to manual placements here. And this is where we're going to go, I think we got to do Facebook, and I think you have to select Facebook. If you try unselecting Facebook and Audience Network, you get an error here. See, it says you must select the Facebook feed in order to use Audience Network. So we're going to have to go Facebook feed and Audience Network, but let's go ahead and take off right-hand column. We'll take off that one. We'll probably even take off in-stream, search, and stories probably, okay? And we're going to take off this in-article too. And we're just going to leave the Audience Network here. And, unfortunately, you can't break out Audience Network by itself. I'd like to try that. But let's go with this one. This is going to be, so we got to change this to FB. So it's going to be FB, feed, and AUD. So, based on the numbers, this should be a winning ad set, but, who knows? You never know until you actually test it. And the way I'm going to test this thing is it's ready to go. Let's just go ahead and publish it. So the way I'm going to test this now is it's a $60 CPA. So what I'm going to do is run it for, I'll run it up to $120, and if it doesn't get a single conversion, I'll cut it, and it was just a failed test, okay? If it gets a conversion, hopefully it gets more than one, and then, it becomes a good ad set. I need it to be under 60 in order for it to be a viable ad set for me, okay? So if it's, my cost per purchase over time, if it comes in at like 45, 50, then it's a winning ad set, and I can do my, my media buying in the morning and hopefully turn it into a winner. So, but that's how you optimize, okay? You go into the data and you figure out where your little pockets of good traffic are. There was a couple other ones in there I noticed that might be some potential, but I wish I could break it out to just the Audience Network, because that looks like where a lot of my good traffic's coming from, my winning traffic. So, unfortunately, you can't. It won't let you on Facebook, at least not that I know of, unless there's a way that somebody out there knows how to do it. I would love to hear it, but it gives me an error whenever I try to do it, so I'm assuming that you can't do that. So I got to do the feed and I got to do the Audience Network at the same time. But again, it's based on the data I was seeing, there's a chance this might do actually pretty good. We did notice iOS devices, so we could actually do this one more time if we want to go ahead and duplicate this, and we could actually try this with just iOS devices. So we could do that. Let's see how that does too. We'll do 2 here. So this is going to be and then Audience Network, and then iOS. All right, so let's make that iOS. You guys can't see that, but that's going to say iOS, okay? So let's go down here, and this is going to be, I duplicated the one I just did, so, and then you got to go down here to more options, and where's it at here? Right here, more options. And you got to go down here to devices, okay? And you're going to do just iOS devices, And I'm going to take off iPods. Okay, I don't see that doing anything there. I don't think anybody really uses those. And I'm going to try it with only connects to Wi-Fi. Typically, if they're on the iPhone or iPad, you're going to want them to be at home for a purchase like this, okay? So I'm going to try that. So that's another test here. We'll publish that. So I'll run 2 tests tomorrow. And in the morning, if I don't get a conversion by like 30 to 40 bucks, I know I'm not in good traffic. I'll cut it off. I'll run it again tomorrow, see if I get into good traffic. That'll be about 60 to 80 spend in that range. And then if I don't get a conversion, I'll run it one more day. I'll run it a third day, get it up to around 120, 110 bucks. If I don't have a single conversion, I'm out. It's a failed test. But that's pretty much how I take a broad, performing broad audience and then try to narrow it down and find a little tighter pocket of traffic and see if I can get my cost per purchase down. That's called building a campaign. So this lesson was pretty valuable. I don't think anybody out there is really showing you guys how to really media buy like I do. And I think it's a pretty powerful lesson. So if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate a like on the video. I would appreciate a share if you find this video valuable. Make sure you subscribe and bang that notifications bell. I am the Marketing Meathead. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.